Erling Haaland didn't just break goal-scoring records in football, he obliterated them completely. From the icy training grounds of Norway to thunderous Premier League nights at the Etihad, this Norwegian striker's rise has been nothing short of terrifying for defenders across Europe. But how exactly did a kid from a small Norwegian town become football's most feared goal machine? You're about to discover the incredible journey of a player who rewrote the record books before his 25th birthday. What makes Haaland's story even more remarkable is that he almost didn't make it at all. Early coaches questioned his technical ability, scouts worried about his injury record, and critics claimed he was too one-dimensional for the modern game. They were all wrong. Dead wrong. Erling Braut Haaland was born on July 21, 2000 in Leeds, England, while his father Alf Inge was playing for Leeds United in the Premier League. You might think growing up as a footballer's son guaranteed success, but Haaland's path was far from smooth. When the family moved back to Norway, young Erling joined Bryne FK's academy at just 5 years old in the small town of Bryne. Even as a child, something was different about Haaland. His explosive pace and towering frame made him stand out. But it was his relentless hunger for goals that caught everyone's attention. By 15, he was already making senior appearances for Bryne FK, showing an almost supernatural sense of positioning that you simply can't teach. The breakthrough moment came in 2017, when Haaland moved to Molde FK under the guidance of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The former Manchester United striker saw something special and focused on developing Haaland's basics: one-touch finishes, intelligent runs, and relentless pressing. During his time at Molde, Haaland scored 20 goals in 50 appearances. Not earth-shattering numbers, but everyone could sense he was preparing to explode onto the European stage. January 2019 changed everything. Red Bull Salzburg signed Haaland, and what happened next defied belief. In the 2019-20 season, before the winter break, Haaland had already scored 28 goals in just 22 matches across all competitions. But it was his Champions League debut that announced him to the world. Picture this: Champions League debut against Genk, and Haaland bags a first-half hat-trick like it's a Sunday League match. Suddenly, every major club in Europe was scrambling to sign this Norwegian teenager who was tearing through defences like they were made of paper. His blend of power, speed and ruthless finishing made him look like a created player in FIFA. Except this was real life. 8 goals in 5 Champions League group stage appearances had the football world asking the same question. Who is this kid, and how is he making it look so easy? Super agent Mino Raiola was fielding calls from every elite club, but Haaland's next move would be calculated, not rushed. In January 2020, Borussia Dortmund won the race for Haaland's signature with a bargain €20 million fee. What followed was pure chaos for Bundesliga defenders. His debut against Augsburg became the stuff of legend, coming off the bench to score a hat-trick in just 23 minutes. That wasn't luck, that was a statement. The 2020-21 season saw Haaland score 41 goals in 41 games at just 20 years old. Let that sink in for a moment. Most strikers would be thrilled with those numbers across their entire career. But Haaland was doing it in a single season as a teenager. His Champions League record was even more ridiculous. 23 goals in 19 matches made him the fastest and youngest player to reach that milestone. He became the first player in Champions League history to score 6 goals in his first 3 appearances, and the youngest to score 20 Champions League goals, leaving even Kylian Mbappe in his wake. What made Haaland truly terrifying wasn't just the volume of goals, but how he scored them. Headers, left foot, right foot, tap-ins, screamers, counterattacks. He was a complete striker who didn't rely on penalties and seemed to score from impossible angles. The scary part? He was still developing. When Manchester City announced Haaland's signing in summer 2022 for just £51 million, football fans couldn't believe the bargain. Thanks to a release clause, Pep Guardiola had landed one of the world's most dangerous strikers for what would soon look like highway robbery. But questions remained. Could he do it in the Premier League? Was he too injury-prone? Could he adapt to Guardiola's possession-heavy system? All doubts vanished within weeks. Haaland started the 2022-23 season like a man possessed, registering 3 Premier League hat-tricks in his first 8 games. Michael Owen's previous record of achieving this feat in 48 games was obliterated. By season's end, Haaland had scored 36 Premier League goals, smashing Mohamed Salah's 32-goal record for a 38-game season and breaking the overall single-season record of 34 goals. His final tally of 52 goals in 53 appearances across all competitions made him the first Premier League player to hit 50-plus goals since the 1920s. More importantly, he led City to a historic treble: Premier League, FA Cup, and Champions League. Even in the Champions League final against Inter Milan, where he didn't score, his presence pulled defenders out of position all night, proving his impact went far beyond just goals. What truly separates Haaland from other strikers isn't just talent, it's his machine-like approach to football. He studies legends like Cristiano Ronaldo and Zlatan Ibrahimovic, learning everything from recovery methods to mental preparation. He reportedly sleeps with orange-tinted glasses to optimize melatonin production and follows a strict high-protein, low-sugar diet. There's also an edge to Haaland that's almost unsettling. He plays with controlled fury, like he's been personally insulted by the idea of not scoring. Whether it's a friendly or a Champions League knockout tie, he brings the same relentless hunger. He doesn't celebrate every goal because he expects to score. That quiet arrogance is what separates great strikers from legendary ones. At 6'4" with sprint speeds over 36 kilometers per hour, Haaland combines freakish athleticism with surgical precision. His average touches per game are remarkably low, often under 25, but nearly every touch is purposeful. He doesn't need the ball at his feet for 10 minutes to be dangerous. He needs one touch, one chance, one moment of brilliance. Erling Haaland didn't stumble into greatness. He sprinted into it with both feet and started rewriting football history. In an age of tactically complex systems and overthinking, Haaland is refreshingly simple. See goal, score goal, repeat. He's the footballing equivalent of a cheat code, and at just 25 years old, he's nowhere near finished. The records will keep falling, the goals will keep coming, and defenders will keep having nightmares about that blonde Norwegian machine bearing down on goal. This is just the beginning of the Haaland era. If you enjoyed this deep dive into football's most lethal striker, smash that like button and subscribe for more breakdowns of the game's modern legends. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.